Welcome to the very first episode of the Hustle Rewritten show. I'm CJ, founder of Chick Boom Pow, where we help women escape hustle culture in life, work, and business. This show is about real conversations, not productivity hacks, not girl boss cliches, just bold women rewriting the rules on their terms. And to kick things off, I'm joined by two women who've been in the trenches with me, my girls, my wild council crew. They've not only walked away from the hustle, but they built something true in its place. Let's get into it. All right, y'all, before we start dragging hustle culture, tell the people who you are and what you do.
Hey everyone, I'm Kayleenda, born and raised in Sastopia, and I own Diversi-tea Café, a space where we mix culture, conversation, and Caribbean flavor, all under one roof. I'm a proud Boricua, and food has always been my love language. The cafe started from me just hosting Saturday dinners that turned into full-on neighborhood gatherings. It's less about selling tea and more about creating a vibe where people feel seen and fed.
Oh, I love that. Hey y'all, I'm Shelby, owner of VerbalSlay Bookstore. Books are my heartbeat. I grew up with my nose in the stacks and always dreamed of curating a space that celebrated the voices I never saw in required reading. VerbalSlay is the dream. We have indie titles, zines, banned books, and stories that shake the table. If it challenges your worldview or expands it, I want it on my shelves.
Love it. Food for the soul and the mind. And these two have lived the rewrite. So let's talk about how they got here. Let's get to the tea. Hustle culture, the grind, whatever you want to call it, can feel like a badge of honor until it sucks you dry. What was the moment that made you say, I can't do this anymore?
So I was managing a public library branch, and one afternoon, this 10th grader comes in asking if we had any books by indie authors she saw on TikTok. I was like, let me see what we've got. Turns out we had none of them. I brought it up in a staff meeting and was like, hey, here's an opportunity to bring in new readers, new voices. And it got brushed off, like literally dismissed with a those aren't real authors comment. That moment stuck. I thought I was doing everything right, running programs, checking boxes, but I couldn't even get a yes to reflecting the diversity of our community on the shelves. That was the crack in the foundation. I knew I couldn't keep showing up for an institution that wouldn't evolve.
Wow. You were trying to modernize a system that wasn't interested in evolving with the times or couldn't because of bureaucracy. That's a whole sermon. What about you, Kay?
Yeah, mine wasn't one moment. It was a slow unravel. I was working full-time in finance, compliance, spreadsheets, the whole thing. But every weekend, I was catering events. One Saturday, I catered a neighborhood block party. Almost 100 people, outdoor grill. I even brought Abuelita Saro's con gandules recipe. And as I'm packing up, this little girl comes up and says, "This food tastes like my grandma." I went home and cried because creating those experiences felt more meaningful than entering data on a spreadsheet. And that's no shade, just my truth. So then I go back to my office. I'm giving a presentation about regulatory policy, and my manager stops me afterward and says, next time, maybe tone down the earrings. It's a little distracting. These were the types of microaggressions that I experienced regularly at work. If it's not the earrings, it's the hair, or the color of my blouse is too loud. It was rarely about the quality of my work. That's when I knew. I was constantly code switching and showing up as me only on the weekends. Listen, I get that most work environments require a degree of conformity, but I felt like I was living in two different worlds, and I had to decide which world was going to give me more fulfillment.
The comment about earrings, that microaggression is always the canary in the coal mine. Okay, let's talk about the rewrites. When we say rewrite the hustle, we're not just being cute, we're talking full on life shift. What does that look like for you, Kay?
For me, it's trusting that I don't need to be everything. everywhere, for everyone. I stopped trying to wear the perfect mask in corporate and even the perfect apron in my business. Now, I wake up and I am the same person wherever I go. Rewriting the hustle is choosing joy, not performance, slowness, not scarcity. At the cafe, I let people linger. I post our hours like open-ish. I've even turned down gigs that paid more but didn't align with the vibe I'm building. Because this isn't just business. It's a form of healing.
Same here. I used to measure my worth by how many checkouts, how many programs, how many hours I clocked. Now, I measure by moments. Like, last week, a mom came in and said her son finally started reading again because he saw a book with a character that represented his experience as a young person with a disability. That's the metric now. That's the impact. Rewriting the hustle means I no longer chase productivity. I cultivate purpose.
Can we pause right there? I love this quote. I no longer chase productivity. I cultivate purpose. I might get that tattooed. All right, let's end with some guidance. What would you say to the woman who's exhausted, doubting herself, and just now realizing that the hustle isn't it?
Start where it itches. You don't have to burn it all down overnight. In fact, I don't advise you to do so. Just notice the thing that makes you sigh before you even get out of bed. And ask yourself, what if that didn't have to be part of your story? Also, community. Don't try to do this solo. The unlearning is hard. Surround yourself with people who've already jumped or are figuring it out too.
I love that. I'd say, if something feels off, trust that feeling. I ignored mine for years until my body forced me to listen. Rewriting the hustle starts with listening to the part of you that's tired of performing, tired of hiding, tired of proving. That voice, she's not weak. She's your compass. You better listen to her.
Y'all didn't come to play. That's the blueprint. Trust your compass, measure with purpose, and let rest be a part of your resistance. Yas, if y'all didn't feel that in your spirit, run it back. Kayleenda, Shelby, thank you. Thank you for bringing your full selves, your real stories, and your magic to this first episode. And to those of you watching, if you've ever felt like you're doing everything right, but still feel wrong inside, this might be your sign. The hustle was never designed for your joy. So stop tweaking the system and start rewriting it. If you want to rewrite your own hustle, explore the world of sassy, chic, geek, sass-topia, and the sass-nistas. We are a vibe, honey. We have newsletters, resources, and other tools to help you rewrite your own rules in life, career, or in your business. We are a growing community that is helping you opt out without checking out. Until next time, I'm CJ, and this is the Hustle Rewritten Show. Don't just dream of peace, go get it.